All right, how's it going, guys? We are going to set up our bag. A little bit more backspin here. Machete. Just gonna jam every club. Make sure, well, except for sniper. If we get to wood distance, we're just gonna do a rough bump shot. But all things considered, I do remember mentioning yesterday, or well, earlier today, that I was going to do more of a, let's just use a navigator. Now let's use a Kingmaker. I'll just waste some Kingmakers. It's a little bit better of a guide for you guys. You guys are playing for Kingmakers anyway, Kingmakers and Titans. So we're just going to go ahead do this shot like that. Let me just think about this real quick. I don't want to end up in between clubs. So I'm just trying to think of the best approach to not wind up in between clubs. And I'm assuming that's getting to the end of the fairway for a Saturn. But I remember earlier today, I believe I made it in Expert with a Berserker ball. But I just want to kind of scale it back here for you guys in Expert, especially if you don't have Berserkers or you're a little bit light on it. I want to show you an alternate approach to give you a chance at Albatross. So we're going to lay up into this second fairway here. Hopefully a little bit longer. I do not recommend, if you guys just want to know my opinion, do not go that way whatsoever. There's essentially no point to. You can go this way super easily. Why would you hit such a difficult hook? It just makes no sense to me to do that if you don't have to. You might as well just bump it over here safely. Let's take a look at what my spin is, about 4 and 4. And in addition to that, we're probably going to pull back 8-ish rings or so. And just perfect ball it. I mean, we're not doing anything fancy here. So this shot is so basic that it's just funny to me not to do it. Like, why hit this crazy slice when you can just... And I outdrove the guy too, so I just want to kind of just put that together for you guys just so you have a very simple approach to this hole to where you can put it in a nice safe spot and give you the easiest chance. I'm trying to, kind of my goal for my channel is to really simplify things for you. Make it to where you can do things super easily. You don't have to worry about any of this fancy stuff, or for the most part I only do hooks when necessary. So you'll see, I don't know if you've noticed on hole 1 or whatever, I'll just do 100% curl and hit a perfect ball, because if you don't need to hit a hook, just don't do it. So keeping things simple is kind of the way to go. And you can see anywhere down here within 20 yards of that fairway's edge is going to give you a nice chance to go at this with a backspin Saturn shot. So I did have one of these earlier today, and I think maybe somewhere around here is kind of where I want my landing zone to be. And we are at 1.9 per ring on a Saturn. So 1.9, at least 4, we're going to go 4.5. So let's try this, see what it looks like. Just to the right. So use that as kind of your aid. Wherever I started, you still need to be just a tiny bit left of that. So that's a nice little shot for you guys to give you an easy opportunity at that Albatross with very little effort. All I'm doing is jamming the backspin full. Now, if you don't have a max backspin Saturn, I would probably recommend staying away from that shot and just doing the rough bump. And the rough bump will probably be 0 to half a bar of topspin. It's a little bit harder. It does bring the water into play, but it can also still easily be done If you guys haven't seen it, you know, for that shot, it would have been more towards mid club, which would have probably been 2 1/4. So if I was going to do it, I would probably just about 4. I forget what the wind was. Was it 8? So I would probably adjust 3 1/4 rings, and just try to do a rough bump off that front rough, and just top spin it. And you're just as likely to make either, in my opinion. So there's no real, you know, qualms with either. So good luck with that one. And I hope you guys are able to get that albatross. You know, I did it with a pitch earlier today, and I just wanted to show you, whether you're pitching or long iron, you know, I can probably make that long iron probably, I don't know, 30% of the time, whereas the pitch I can probably make, you know, maybe double that. So it's kind of, you know, you want the pitch, but in the event that you can't get it, I want to at least give you the tools to be able to still execute as necessary. So you see my opponent super long, so you're just going to see me just kind of hit my normal shot, which is more towards here. 5 rings. Just going to go about a ring or 2 into power, not very much. Let's see what that looks like. That's going to be too hot. So it's too much, didn't need power. I just wanted to make sure I was over the bunker. I didn't know how much downwind it was going to play, but you know, no real problem. Pretty easy pick up wind that gave. Going first, he just kind of launched it. But like I said, just try to keep those tips in mind when you're playing hole 6. In the event that you don't have super power balls, you can still get it done with a little bit of a strategic play. And you don't have to hit that drive with Apocalypse. You can do it with anything with 4 bars to top spin, which is virtually any club in the entire, any driver in the entire game. So keep that in mind. Not a lot of problems, you know. It's funny because I'll get comments like, oh, a POC 7, like, thanks for this guide. But it's like, you do realize, even if you would hit that exact same shot with Rocket and it has 4 topspin, it's going to go to the exact same spot. So definitely keep that tip in mind. And, you know, quarterback could be a nice alternative club for you. It'll be very accurate. The only thing that you might not have is you won't have the, you know, you might have to go into power, for example. And that would be the only real difference. You may or may not have to. But you could still execute the exact same shot with a quarterback. So, and in all honesty, it's more accurate. So, you know, it might actually be an easier club to pull off. But anyway, good luck with that hole, and I'll see you guys for hole number 7 here momentarily.